Hi everyone and welcome to another live stream. We are today in Magaluf and we're showing you Magaluf like you most likely have never seen it. This is not Magaluf early morning because then it will also look a little bit like this. But this is Magaluf in winter because a lot of people, they ask me how is Magaluf and Mallorca in the winter. So I want to show you this. We're here just on the corner of one of my favorite places when I was much younger and I was going out here a lot. The Banana Disco and of course the Mulligan's Bar. So one of my favorite corners here on the island. We'll continue all the way to the other side to the BCM, if it's still there. I actually don't know. It's been like 4 or 5 years since I was last here, so we'll see what is still here and what isn't, but this is basically how it is in the winter time. And I hope you enjoy this little bit of a walk around tour. And if you want to see like what is behind me, is Palma Nova. I have a separate video about Palma Nova, how it is in winter time, but of course I also have all these places filmed in summer and this for all the islands in Spain. So if you're wondering where to go, if you're watching this because you're planning a holiday to Magaluf in winter, I would definitely not advise it to you, but I would say there's other places in Spain that you can go to. By example, Tenerife, the weather is much nicer in the winter time, and there you have Playa de las Americas, which is a party destination kind of like Magaluf, especially in the Veronicas area. And then in Gran Canaria you have a Playa del Ingles, which is also kind of like this. So a lot of things have changed here, some things have remained the same, but we'll have a little bit of a walk around so you can see how it all is. And of course we're heading to the beach in a second as well. So, but this is basically what you can expect of Magaluf in the winter time. I know a lot of people, especially in February, they've asked me like, oh, I'm booking a holiday to Magaluf and how is it? And I think the best way to show you is just like this. In summer, one of the great places to come to, Boomerangs, part of the Magaluf Club Pass. You can go into separate different clubs with the Magaluf Club Pass. If you're new to the channel, my name is Yves. I run this channel called Checked Holidays, which basically covers a lot of holiday destinations in Spain where I've worked, where I lived for the past 20 years, where I've also traveled to for the past 20 years. So you can find all the holiday advice here on the channel. We do a lot of these kind of live streams, so if you like this kind of live streams, don't forget to like and subscribe. That helps the channel out a lot. And if you have any questions about traveling to Magaluf or Mallorca or where you should go around this time of year, then know you can just go write it in the chat and I'll try to answer it for you straight away. If you're watching this in the replay, then you can just go to the website checkedholidays.com and there you can find all my holiday advice with where to go, what to do, what not to do, things like this. So checkedholidays.com, basically the name of the channel with .com after it, so you can't go wrong. It's actually been 3 or 4 years I think since I was last here in Magaluf, but I lived here also for 3 or 4 years, but that was a long time ago. Not so much has changed. Of course this is the year 2020. As we all know, it's a little bit different this time of year. A lot more things are closed, but let's hope in 2021 everything is going to be better. It's the 24th of December, so for everyone who's watching this now who celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. This is how it is around Christmas in Magaluf. And I'm just trying to get my bearings. I lived in this building for a couple of years, and then I remember going to the beach and swimming to the little island over there, and then most of the time not having enough energy to swim back and just hitching a ride on one of these like little pedal boats that they have here in summer. So yeah, definitely it doesn't look far, but it's pretty far to swim there. Let's see what people are writing in the chat. Yeah, they still have the slingshot. They had that for like 20 years or longer now. I hope they maintain it well. After 20 years, I hope they change some parts here and there once in a while. Yeah, they do have the slingshot. Yeah, I lived up there somewhere. I don't quite remember. It was in this orangey building. As you can see, the weather here is quite nice. There's people playing some sports. It's not cold, definitely not. So just having a little walk on over past, like, most things are closed here now. In Palma Nova there's a lot more things open, but this is like really a party destination. So most of these places here are only open in high season for like some clubbing and partying. But people who do live here at the moment, they're still making the best of it, as you can see. It's quite nice weather, much warmer than many of the other countries, but people normally they don't come here for clubbing in winter. In winter people come here like they're pensioners who like to go to the escape their like cold climate countries, especially Scandinavian countries. Pensioners, they can come here for like 1, 2 or 3 months pretty cheap. Or people who like to train sports, like cyclist teams, like the Sky team comes here, the Lotto team comes here, like the bigger teams, they always come here to train in winter. So excuse me. And as I said, if you have any questions about holidays in Spain in general, just write them in the chat. If you're not watching this live, then you of course cannot write in the chat, so then just go and have a look on the website, checkedholidays.com, and I'll help you out there. Just walk a little bit out here. And to the people who are watching this the 24th of December, who are celebrating Christmas around that time, because it's different from country to country. Merry Christmas. I hope you're having a good one. I'm just doing these live streams. I'm here till the 27th of December, and then I'm flying back home. So I'm just kind of doing these live streams to do my own little mini quarantine. Stay a little bit away from everything, so that when I come home, I can just straight go back on to life, back on with life. I'll give you a little bit of a view around. And of course, normally in summer this is full of sunbeds. All the places next door is open, next to the beach, I mean. But let's walk up to the party street here a bit, and then we'll come back down to the beach a little bit later, a little bit further on. Gerard, he writes, yeah, it looks so weird. He's only been here in June, he says, I think, in August. And yeah, of course, August is the high season month. It's also the most expensive month to come to Mallorca, because you have the hottest weather and there's loads of people coming here clubbing and partying. So if that's what you're looking for, to come clubbing and partying, and you have the money, come in August, definitely. Because it's definitely one of the better times. If you're planning a holiday in winter to go clubbing and partying, then you want to look more at places like Playa del Ingles, which is in Gran Canaria, where it's much hotter now. And in Tenerife you have, of course, Playa de las Americas. So they're both a little bit like Magaluf. So, Alexis, this place has been also here for a long time, but it seems to have changed a lot. There used to be some Danish or Swedish, a lot of Viking places here, but those seem to have gone. Alex has seemed to have taken over that part. And I also seen that the Grabben Grus is gone. That was also like a popular Swedish place here. I was mostly in the Swedish places for some reason when I was here. And the MCP, the Magaluf Club Pass, and the Mulligans, and like these more well-known UK English places. Yeah, it changed quite a lot since I was last year. Richard Philip Brown, you just subscribed, thank you very much. That means that you get more of these live streams suggested to you the next time. Also give it a like, that really helps YouTube understand that you like this kind of video, and that they will send more of these kind of videos to you, not only from my channel, but also maybe from other channels, but mostly from my channel. Tokyo Joe's is also part of this MCP. The MCP thing that's been here for like 20 years or something, really hasn't changed so much. It was a couple of bars who were starting to work together to compete with BCM, which was taking so much business at that time, so that is still here. So let's walk a little bit back to the beach and then we'll come back in. We go a little bit in and out, things like this. Gerard says, have a great Christmas, thank you very much. It will be a little bit of a weird one for me. Kind of wanted to be in Gran Canaria by this time, but things didn't work out quite like that. So I'm in Mallorca at the moment, and as I said this last week, I'm just doing like live streams and more or less things by myself. Because the 27th of December I'm going home, and I fly to Belgium, and I want to give my little bit pre-quarantine or whatever you want to call it, just to be able to go on with life when I come back to Belgium, where I'm originally from. So because if you just started watching this is being recorded in 2020, and we all know 2020 is a bit of a weird year, so let's hope 2021, which starts a couple of days from now, is going to be much better. Babak Sadeghi, I'm not 100% sure what you mean. Are you going to go Ibiza several days or months later? Yeah, definitely we want to do videos from there, but I only want to go there when things are a little bit more back to normal. And then we'll also do the whole travel guide about Ibiza on the website and things like that. So Ibiza is one of the few places I didn't really create guides from yet, so just so you know. I was hoping I could walk out here on the pier, but it all looks a little bit into pieces. You see, and this is one of the reasons I get so confused sometimes, because you see that hotel over there is the Bahia Principe, and I'm terrible with names. I say it to everyone, it's true, but they also have Bahia Principe in Tenerife, and this they have for so many places that they have them all over the place. And I've been to, I think, over 500 hotels at the moment, and I just start to mix them all up, scramble them all up. And in the ending, I cannot really recall the names anymore, so it's just much better that I write it out on the website, and there you can find all my advice about where to go, what to do, which hotels to book, and things like this. Mike McMaster said he hates the new normal. I don't know what he means by that. For the people who are new here, who just started watching this video, McMaster, I was doing some collabs with him a couple of days ago. Well, no, it's a couple of weeks ago now in Tenerife. He does a lot of live streams from Tenerife, but also from the UK and things like this. And he also makes like funny, entertaining stuff, sketches. He does like reviews of phone cases. He does like a lot of different things. But he has a lot of vlogs from Tenerife, and we got together to talk a little bit when I was there and show a little bit how the things. Talk a little bit about YouTube and stuff with each other, and how things are working out for us in these somewhat difficult times, because also we've taken quite a hit. At least I know for this channel. I run other channels on YouTube as well, but this channel has taken about a 90% hit in 2020. So it's not really like at this moment it's not really financially viable for me to do these live streams anymore, but I still want to do them because I've been working in and living from making videos about Spain for so much time. Like I just want to be able to do something back in these difficult times, so this is why I'm making these videos. And hopefully with these videos you can see that life goes on here, even though not in winter quite clearly, but people still go to the beach. People are preparing for next year to have a better year. So I do hope people have more confidence in booking a holiday to Spain from next year on. I've been traveling now in Spain two months or something, and I've been in contact with quite a few people, but always respecting the rules. And I'm not sick, so I think a lot of people panicked in the beginning of this year, and then they cancelled their holidays and stuff. This is the daiquiri palace. I never got to deal with that. I don't like daiquiris. I don't get people who like daiquiris. I'm sorry. It's just frozen ice with like chemicals. But it's always full here, so people quite clearly seem to like it. So, we're walking on a little bit here next to the beach, and then we'll go starting walking a little bit back into the direction of the BCM. But I would say most winters Magaluf looks like this. There might be a few places open here and there, a few more places, but it's not because it's 2020 that everything is so closed. It's just winter. Then more or less everything in Magaluf is closed. So Uh, Kevin Brown is like a nuclear bomb hit the place. Well, I wouldn't really say it looks like that, but most winters, yeah, it's like this. It's maybe a little bit more closed than it normally is, but in general, this is such a party place. Magaluf, you want to come here basically like from the half of May till ending of September. These are really like the best months. Any other time you're coming out here, there might be places open and there might be party, but it's not the same as when you come here like high season, you know. And here you have like the rich people expensive place. It's the Nikki Beach, but you will see even that looks a mess now, even though it's like picture perfect normally in summer. I can see if I can climb up here a little bit, maybe you can see it a little bit better. So this is like the hottest place in maybe Mallorca is a big word, but at least in Magaluf they have like these special theme parties and everything, very expensive, pricey, and you see in winter in winter it looks like this, but in summer it's a really cool place. Not really my kind of scene, but a lot of people with some money in the pocket, they really seem to like it. Oh, and the sun coming out. How nice is that? So let's walk up here and then we'll go in the direction of like the BCM and things like this. Kevin Brown, I like the Malaga area best. I think, even though I can see that this place is fun in summer. Which one is you mean Malaga, or you mean like a Malaga party place here in Magaluf? Because that one I am not familiar with, if that is what you mean. And I always think when I come here, I'm so happy I didn't get stuck here, because I know a lot of people who I started working with here, they got stuck in this kind of like party scene, and they live here now in winter when everything is so closed, and it just doesn't seem like a nice thing. Trying to find a BCM that would be going this way, yeah. I changed it a lot here. Basically, if you go into that street there, then you come to all the attractions, which is the pirates and the water park, and there's like a race karting track and things like this. But we are going this way, which, if I remember correctly, will take us to the BCM, if it's still there. For the people who don't know, the BCM is like the biggest club on Mallorca or something. It's like huge. It's been like 10 years or something since I was last in there. Maybe even longer. Well, it was always quite fun when I was there. And the thing about the BCM was, like, if you went there early to get the people in, you got like a lot of free drinks and things like this, but you also got like a lilo and an inflatable sunbed and a towel and a beach ball and all this kind of like stuff which made it incredible value. But then by the time you leave, most people are quite drunk and you forget, or you don't care about this stuff anymore, so you never collect it. Yeah. It shades quite a bit as well. I'm surprised all these chairs are just standing here like this. Yeah, and there's the beach, of course, as well. And up here's like a pool kind of thing. And if you're just joining us, if you have any questions about holidays in Spain, or how the situation is here now in Mallorca, or anything in general you think I can be able to help you with, just write it in the chat if you're watching this live. And if you're not watching it live, you can always find all my holiday advice on my website, checkedholidays.com. If you're not watching this live, you can always go and have a look there. But for now, we're having a little bit of a walking tour in winter through Magaluf, because a lot of people have never seen it like this. And a lot of people don't really know that Mallorca kind of like shuts down more or less in winter. It doesn't completely shut down. It's still quite popular with cyclists and hikers and pensioners who want to come here for a couple of weeks or months, especially from the colder kind of countries like Scandinavia and stuff, just to escape the cold a little bit. But as you can see, Magaluf definitely is one of these places that more or less completely shuts down. Like here's the McDonald's, it's completely shut, which I've never really seen. But then if you walk over there, because there's so many McDonald's here to serve all the drunk people in summer, if you go a little bit more that way, there's other McDonald's and stuff open. So they still have McDonald's here, just they shut down a lot of the summer ones. Okay, I just need to reconnect here for a second so I can see better the chat. Subway. This Subway has also been here for like many years. I kind of discovered Subway when I was working here the first couple of years. I never had it before. And even though we got a lot of food in the hotel, you could eat in the hotel for free where I was working, it wasn't always like the nicest or something like this, and it got quite repetitive. So sometimes I went out to eat, and then I discovered this Subway thing. Subway, actually. So let's see what's going on in the chat. But like here, there's places open, you see. And here on the right hand side we see the BCM KFC, and behind there's also like the BCM Square. If it's still there, I suppose so. Let's go and have a look. Yeah, as you can see, this place is pretty huge. Goes all the way to the back. When we walk next to it, you will most likely be able to see it if we can go to the BCM Square in winter. I'm not 100% sure. And it's 2 levels, the BCM as well. So on the top you have like the more, at least that's the way it was when I was here, like the more commercial vibe, and then downstairs you always had like a alternative kind of vibe, like a bit like R&B or something like this. Oh. One of the busiest places on the island in summer. They also bring buses here from all over the island, but as you can see, it's totally shut now. And then behind there, where we are gonna go and have a look to see if we can get there, but we'll try, see if we can get a bit to the BCM Square. Yeah, changed a lot here since I was last here. Let me have a look in the chat what's going on. Keith Alexandresh, oh, that's a big name too. Good afternoon, Eve. So I'm going to Playa de Palma at the end of April. I was wondering what the maximum temperature is at that time of year. If you want my honest advice, the end of April is a tiny bit too early. Like most places there, okay, you might be in luck because it's Playa de Palma and it's one of the first places to open on the island. So actually, maybe if you're really going in the end of April, it might be okay. The problem is with April is that the weather here is quite unpredictable. So you might have 20 degrees and really sunny weather, or you might have a couple of days of rain. For Mallorca in general, I would advise you, there's also like a complete list of all the places on Mallorca on my website, when to go where. But for Mallorca in general, I would kind of advise best to come from like the half of May till half of October. And for like, if you're coming here to do partying, then it's half of May till like end of September, basically. So if you're coming ending of April to Playa de Palma, you might be in luck because it's one of the first places to kind of open. I need to check something here for a second because I think I'm going to run out of battery soon. Yeah, okay, I'm going to plug in the battery. And I hope you're still live. Yes, we're still live. So, Keith, that would be my advice. Ending of April could be fine. But if you got a good deal, which most of the time you can do at the ending of April, then it could be good. Then it could be a good deal for you. Just don't expect everything to be open because like the big attractions on the island, like the water parks, they only open in May. I think Pirates might be a little bit different because it's inside. But all the outside attractions or like things like this, they more or less only open in May. David Horsfield, good afternoon. Better weather in Newark on Trent this afternoon. Do you have better weather than here now? It could be. I think here's about 15 to 20 degrees. I don't know exactly. I saw before 17 degrees on like this pharmacist sign. But it's a little bit overcast. It's not super sunny today. So in that way, maybe you have a point. Here we come to the BCM Square. Maybe we can go a little bit on it. Or maybe it just closed down completely. No, it's quite open. Excuse me. It's called the SQ Square. I think most people still refer to it as the BCM Square. Yeah, as you can see, very different the way it looks in summer when all these places are just like packed. Normally, let me just check something for a second. I just want to get some charge to the camera. There's the little button. Well, we have a couple of minutes of battery left, so let's see what we can do with that. Quiet streets, perfect for walking, yes indeed. A lot of people like it for that reason, because it's so calm and relaxed here. But most people don't come to Magaluf. Playa de Palma is quite popular this time of year. Normally, and Alcudia and Palma Nova is kind of like these places a lot of people go to in winter. Cyclists and retirees and people who like to do sports, and yeah. Kevin Brown, it's cold weather in Florida. Oh, you're watching from Florida? Okay. It's quite different. Yeah, for the people who wonder, I always talk in degrees Celsius basically. So when I say 20 degrees, it's, yeah, because I'm in Spain. I mean 20 degrees Celsius. Because someone wrote that here in the chat. Amazing weather here in Romania this afternoon, but not hot enough. Only 8 degrees. Can't wait for winter to be over. Definitely Keith. Maybe soon you can come on holiday a bit here as well. But yeah, we'll continue a little bit more here till the battery runs out. I still have about maybe 20 minutes or something on the battery, but for some reason I can't reach the charging button. So some places still open, as you can see. And here on the left you have the Seoul Kathmandu and the Kathmandu Park, which is one of the more fun attractions here on the island. And it's also open quite long because it's mostly inside. There's also outside attractions. Most of it is inside. So especially if you have like a little bit of a rainy day or something, I can definitely advise this place, Kathmandu Park. There's some prices and stuff. Okay, let's do some more questions. Kevin Brown, what happens if we get cover while on vacation there without insurance? I think it's a little bit difficult at the moment, but by 2021 I hope there's more clarity. I know if you go now to the Canary Islands or the other islands in Spain, that the government has like an insurance if you get sick there from this current virus that is circulating in 2020, that they will cover you. They will pay for everything. They will give you accommodation, and they will they take doctors, all this kind of stuff, whatever needs to be done. You still need to have your own private travel insurance like you normally would have, or you're like, if you're traveling from within Europe, the European health card. I don't know what that's called in English. But if you have that, normally you're going to be fine and you're going to be set. And the government is going to, if you need to stay there a couple more weeks in quarantine or something, then the government is has signed up to do that for you. So yeah, how it is here in Mallorca at the moment, that's not 100% clear. It's changing all the time. I hope by next summer, when the tourist season starts again, that they will have a clear plan. But I heard for the entire Spain, normally from March on, all kind of restrictions and different rules that all the places have should be like streamlined, and like one kind of set of rules for entire March, and hopefully no more travel restrictions. So also here, it looks like a lot of these Scandinavian places have gone away. Like there used to be like a Grabben Grus here, but that one seems to have gone away also. It's like a wok place now. So yeah. I'll have a little bit of a look there up the street as well, while I'm still able to stream live. Not sure why it doesn't want to take a charge, but yeah, battery level seems fine. I think it's just not displaying that it's not taking charge. It is charging, but It's just not indicating it. So thank you for the tour and the information. See you later. Happy Christmas. Same to you, Kevin. I hope you have a nice Christmas if you're celebrating it 24th. Normally I do 25th. For me this year everything is a little bit more dull and boring like it would normally be. Because as I said before, I'm just doing a little bit of pre-quarantine before I fly to Belgium. So I'm just staying away a little bit from people. I'm doing a little bit of these walking tours meanwhile. Hopefully I can give the people the information that they want and need, because a lot of people seem to be confused how the situation is here in Spain now at the moment, and also if they should come here on holiday in winter or not. Because they don't know how winter is here normally. So yeah, I think this gives you a pretty good idea. As I say, there's places on the island like Palma, they stay open all year round. They stay open all year round. But like Palma and Playa de Palma and Alcudia and these kind of places, Palma Nova also a little bit. But now in 2020, it's much more closed down than you would normally find it. Not much more, a little bit more. A lot of Viking. Oh, they moved here maybe. Viking Magaluf. Very confusing. Thank you for the ride. Someone says, Dennis Erickson, thank you for the ride coming there in May, staying in Hotel Florida. Yeah, May is a good time to come. Then everything will hopefully be more or less open again. I don't know how this is going to be. So sorry, what was I saying? Yeah, May is a good time to come here. Definitely. May is going to be much more places open, much sunnier weather. And it's one of the cheaper months you can come here. So. Yeah, Dennis Erickson, definitely hope you have a great holiday then in May. And hopefully for many people things will go a little bit back to normal then. So we'll continue a little bit along here and we'll show you a little bit how Palma Nova connects to this. And there's many more beaches and stuff there as well. But as you can see, it's very, very different now. And then up here to the right you have like Torre Nova, if I'm not mistaken. As I said, terribly with names, but that's kind of like in between Palma Nova and Magaluf, so it's a bit more of the quiet zone, I would say. If you want to come here to party, you might want to look up here on the mount. A very nice place. And here you come then into Palma Nova from Magaluf. So anyway, I hope you very much enjoyed this little bit of a live tour from Magaluf and how it is in winter. If you have any more questions, you can always go to my website. There you can find all my holiday advice, checkholidays.com. And there's many more of these kind of live streams from winter in Mallorca, but also from the summer time in Tenerife, I would call it, the more touristy times in Tenerife, where I was a couple of months ago. So you can also go and have a look at those if you want here on channel. I hope you very much enjoyed it. If you liked it, then give it a like. Also give it a subscribe if you want to. Click that subscribe button. It's 100% free, and it helps YouTube understand that they need to send out more of these to you in the future. So next time I get live, if you like and subscribe, you will get like a little bit of a notification, and then you can watch it or you cannot watch it depending on your preference at that time. So I hope you very much enjoyed it, and I see you for the next live stream.